Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Monday's View from the Mountain. My name is StoneMount64, and today we're talking about Destiny. Been loving this game. Got some gameplay to show you, both from the multiplayer and the single-player co-op type story. I managed to hit level 20 today. It's been out for less than a week, and I've already hit the cap. This is one of the things I was kind of concerned about, because, hey, I work full-time. I got a ton of other stuff I'm doing, but I still managed to hit it. Granted, I did put a lot of time in to master it so I could do some reviews and videos on it. You could say that's fast, you could say it's slow. I'm sure people hit it faster. There's definitely people who got it sooner. I think there was people the second day who already hit it. But I got some tips for you guys if you want to learn some more about the PvP, learn some more about the PvE, that's player versus environment, both aspects to this. But I absolutely flew through this thing. This is what I was talking about last week, a few weeks ago. I didn't know how much single player there was actually going to be in this. And it was a bit concerning before, because I was going onto their website, doing a bunch of research on this, doing that kind of going down to each planet and just going around like that Google Maps type view, if you didn't see that. Anyways, it was exactly kind of what I was expecting in terms of you had about 8 or 9 quests on each planet. They took about 20 minutes each, maybe, and I started out playing solo. This is when I was going real slow. I started out going into each quest, trying to do what was my level, or maybe one level above. But I was going into ones that were slightly higher than me, and killing like one at a time, feeling like I was getting a lot of XP, but I really wasn't. Going into ones that were my level or lower, I was able to kill 3 or 4 enemies at one time, rather than just picking off one at a time, kind of hanging back, feeling like a boss, but not really getting a lot of XP. Going into the ones that were lower level, I was able to get more XP because I was able to kill those guys faster. Even though it was slightly less XP, I was killing them so much faster, I was able to get a lot more kills and a lot more experience going, get through the missions faster. And the biggest thing that got me through these missions faster was finally grouping up with people. I must have not seen anybody for an extremely long time. I was getting pretty pissed because, hey, this is an MMO game. Where's the multiplayer? I don't see anybody else. I eventually just kept going to the tower, kept going to just the intro area where when you first drop down to a planet on patrols, finding people and joining up in fire squads. I posted out a couple times, but I didn't always want to post out and join in with subscribers. Sometimes I just wanted to play with random people, and that was what I was started to doing. Just to see how it would be for any other person. Anybody can join a squad, although it does take some time. It is highly, highly worth it, though. Once you get 2 or 3 people together, you can barrel through these so much faster. The difficulty, I don't notice any difference between whether you're playing it 1, 2, or 3 people going into an instance or going into one of these quests. I personally didn't notice difference, other than I beat it in 3 times faster having 2 other people, or even 1 other person made it so much quicker, especially when you're going up against a boss, especially once you get to the Mars missions where you got guys with shields that you have to deal with. Well, when there's 2 of you, you can come at them from both sides and get the kills much, much faster. So grab a buddy, meet up with some random people from the tower, from the squad, and you might actually have to invite them to a party, at least on Xbox. That was one issue I was having with fire squads, didn't seem to be working very well. Invite them to an Xbox Live party, it'll most likely work better for you. And then stay within your level range. Maybe 1 level higher in terms of the quest that you're going on if you got a couple other people, but if you start going 2, maybe even 3 higher, you're really going to take too long on that quest, where you could do the other one twice or 3 times through by the time you mess up once or twice, maybe wiping once or twice. The next thing to boost you through this that you need to incorporate is the bounty system. There's not going to be one for everything that you're doing, but choose what you're going to do, whether it's PvE or PvP, and then pick up 5 for that in particular. If you're going to go into the Crucible, go in with 5 Crucible ones. You can always abandon them and pick them back up. You won't get everything back that you've already done, so try and finish whatever you've started, but try and stick with what you're doing, and then incorporate that into what decision you're going to make. If you need to go on patrol and pick up a couple, and you've got a patrol bounty for Venus, go to Venus, just blow through it, and you'll get a ton of experience from that. Plus, you'll start working up some of your reputation to get some gear once you do get to level 20, which is when the game is, how a lot of people are saying, really starts, when you start getting to the end game and all that level 20 goodness gear. You're talking about PvE gear and guns. this gun that you've been seeing me use is the Mother Load. You get it guaranteed free once you finish the campaign. So you've got a gun that's been better than all the guns that I've gotten since I've got it as well. I've gotten greens, I've gotten blues, nothing better than that yet, unfortunately. But this gun has been a stronger contender than the rest. Even the secondaries with the green ammo, the purple ammo, that gets a little bit stronger depending on the situation. But this thing has been a beast. All you need to do is complete the campaign. So the sooner you get through that, just like I've been saying, you'll get all of your levels plus a great gun for once you get to the end game. That'll start you out right at the top. Since it's on topic right now as well, I'll throw in a PvP tip before we get to it at the end of the video. Keep all different types of weapons. Keep one of each, because when you're going to the multiplayer in the Crucible, weapon stats, your level, don't matter. The only thing that really matters, I guess you can say, or the differences, are going to be the classes or the talents that you choose within those classes and the subclasses and how much you've leveled them up and how many different abilities you have. Do you have the double jump? Do you have the super double jump? Do you have the super smash that you can guide where it's going to go? Those are the differential things. But you can try out a whole bunch of different weapons. You want a hand cannon? You can have any kind of hand cannon. It'll do the same amount of damage. So keep a variety. Even with the assault rifle category, you've got ones that are 60-round magazines that shoot super fast, have a lot of recoil. It's almost more like an LMG. If not, you want to call it that. Or you've got one that's got 28 rounds that's got a lot less recoil, higher damage per bullet. My personal favorite one, if you run across one with 28 rounds, that's the one I've been liking to use. Great stuff. But we'll get more in depth on that at the end of this. My final great tip for PvE is take advantage of the head glitch. AI is not very smart, especially the bosses. In particular, Nexus boss, which is the Venus one. I'm just going to show you this one quick clip from it. So, spoiler alert if you don't want to see anything from it. I'm going to pop it on screen now. Okay, take a look at this. I'm just going to show you it real quick. All you need to do is stand right up against this wall. The boss targets your body. So when you're standing right up next to it and it's at the correct angle, it's just going to keep shooting the ground and you are completely going to avoid all the damage that could be taken from it. So get 3 different people stationed at all the different corners and you can get them down very well. This works with a ton of different bosses or even just normal trash type mobs. Get behind something that's got a good head glitch on it and you can get a lot of damage in without taking any damage. And that's something that people are underestimating in general, especially in a game where you already have really high health and shields. Always take advantage of cover. When you have shields, you have to wait for it to actually regenerate. It's a bit weird, especially if you're a COD player. You just keep rushing in, you die, or even in Battlefield. I guess you have health in that one too, so, and you've got medkits, so it's a bit more lenient. But if you're used to just dying and spawning back in, it's a different feel. Hang back, wait for your shield to recharge, and it'll save you a ton of deaths and will keep you progressing through this. Even if it takes you a longer period of time, if you've got your shield up, you're gonna win more fights, and that leads me right into the PvP. So many people are making the mistake of going into engagements with their shields down. People even make that mistake in COD, where, you know, you've taken a little bit of damage, you want to run out there and go Rambo, get that nice 2-piece, but if you're down any health, that brings you from a 2-shot to a 1-shot, which takes away your ability to get an extra shot in. Same exact thing with this, but it's magnified. Shields are so much different when you're playing this. You've got high health, you have to take advantage of that. The player that has more health going into the engagement, if both players keep their shots on, the one that starts with more health is going to win it. Every time. So wait for your health to go up and then go into engagements. That's probably my biggest tip. Some other small things that I can engage with in this. New maps always lead to the same thing. Nobody knows where to go. Everybody goes straight to the middle. And what does this game have? Every single class. A giant explosive AoE bomb. Warlocks, hunters, it doesn't matter. Everybody's got a cluster of damage that they can deal, and everybody's running to the middle of the map. Stay away from it. Patrol the outsides, trust me, it's going to save you a ton. Always have high health, stay on the outskirts where you're not going to get into as many engagements, you are gonna do so much better. It's pretty good. I gotta say, I've been having a ton of success with it. Although I do fall into the folly of going straight to the middle of the map, because sometimes you do want to pick something up when you have your Super Smash. Now, in terms of some of the classes for PvP, I'm personally thinking the Hunter is going to be the best bet for PvP right now. The Titan seems to have a bit of a mix in their classes. The Defender, which is the subclass, seems to be very PvE oriented with that dome shield you can put down. You also have your punch ability, which gives you extra health. All of these things are very catered, I think, to the PvE, where the sticky grenade, you throw it onto something and it has 2 giant explosions on it. Very center, one target focused. The AoE aspect is a bit stronger of the Enforcer type field. I play Titan, so that's why I'm kind of talking about it a bit more here. But you've got some more massive AoE, but what happens when you drop that AoE? You actually go into the situation. So if you're going to Super Smash into the middle of the map, you're going to get taken down, whether it's in PvE or PvP, so you've got to be more careful when you're using that. Whereas if you're playing with a Hunter, you've got 3 long-range one-shot missiles that you can use. Now, you got to be dead-on accurate, or kind of close since it is explosive at the end, but you've got it from long-range capability. Same with the Warlock, a giant bomb that you can just unleash at range. Definitely has some good points to it, although the Titan does have a bit more armor, will help you in that. You know, it's pretty well balanced for the most part, but those are kind of my thoughts going into it. I see every time the Hunter, when it's got that little dash maneuver, the second subclass that you use, that thing is slicing at least 3 or 4 kills every time in multiplayer that I've seen it. You could argue that, well, that one goes straight into the middle of the map as well, Stone. Well, that one also, you still have super speed, so you're going to get out of there super fast as well. Obviously, both of these have trade-offs. They're terrific abilities, the AoE Titan Smash as well as the Super Dash from the Hunter, but it's very situational. Like I said before, I think this game is terrifically balanced so far. I'm just giving a slight edge to the Hunter from what I've been seeing. So anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. You learned something or two from the gameplay and the commentary. Be sure to click a thumbs up if you did right below the video. You can also share it out on some social media. Drop a comment. Let me know, do you have any better leveling strategies? Have you seen anything really cool, really unique that you would recommend? Check out the comments. See what other people are saying about the game, as well as leveling, PvP, any other tips in general that you think I should know, or the fellow community. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. This is StoneMount64, signing out.